3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome, fellow Forex traders. I am not on camera today for no particular reason other than I was having some difficulty with the camera and my internet, so I just want to make this happen. Let's make this happen. We are looking on the screen here at the free signal, and it just recently closed. So nothing is open right now. In fact, it's going to give me an opportunity to kind of tell you an interesting thing that I'm doing. But if you look here, we had 4 closures. If you bid a base lot size of $1 or whatever you bid, in this particular case, it's $167.91. Nothing but net profit. Now, interestingly enough, you might or might not notice this. If you're just using a free signal, you're not going to notice this. However, if you understand my system, if you have subscribed to the full feed, all 22 currency pairs, and then obviously we have subset accounts of that, which we will look at here today. I'll look at the results of everything. You could be getting these trades. Now, I send these out as a free signal. If you're taking them free, you're manually placing them on your mobile device, and you're bidding whatever you want. Just a side note, if you're new, I'm going to also suggest, and you can eventually get this from me. I need to do a dedicated video about this, and we're going to talk. We've been talking a lot about it. We'll talk more about it. But it's just a concept of hedging. If you've bid too much or you've overtraded, you need to hedge that particular order that you're in. For example, if I was going to hedge this GBP USD trade, we had 3 of them, right? And I'm like, you know what? That thing's gone too far. I've overbid. I'm stretching the limits of my account. Typically, we look at margin level percent. If you come back here, we look at this number over here, margin level percent. It's 0 now because there's no trades, right? But what we would do here is we would add up. So we're in 3 sell trades. Let's say now, obviously, I know we're looking at the closed trade here, but we're in 3 sell trades, and let's say we want to hedge this. We simply add up the lot size on these 3 sell trades. So $2, $4, $5 total. So I need a 0.5 lot size. Okay. 0.50 maybe technically. So I need to do a buy trade to hedge against that. The moment I do that, it stops my margin from bleeding away. It locks in whatever negative drawdown I'm in and allows me to kind of like not panic and go, okay, what are we going to do with this trade? Are we going to let it go farther towards the buy side? Typically, the hedge is designed to do one thing. It's protect the original order. So you're not trying to make profit on this per se. I'm not saying you can't. But typically with my system, because we know it always comes back as a net profit, it comes back to the take profit that the system sets, you're going to do what's called a hedge. Go look it up on Google. Go look it up on YouTube. What is a hedge? Now, not everybody will tell you exactly what it is or tell you exactly how to do it. Everybody's got different ways of doing it, but start to learn about it. It's definitely a massive skill set, and we'll continue to talk about it. So that is the free account. Let's go to the pause screen, and let's run on and look at one of my, what you would consider a subset, a hybrid, no pun intended, because I actually call it my 10 pip hybrid feed. So I'm going to pull it up here and I'll share it with you. Let me get it into my sites. Here we are. And in fact, and I typically don't show the trades we're in because this is a paid subscriber type feed. But what I will do is tell you, before I come back to the screen here, that we are in 3 trades right now. It's headed towards profit. I'm going to go ahead and open up the results overnight and share it with you. And here, look at the trade results. We have some very, very favorable market conditions right now. It's not always like this. Sometimes things go a little crazy with the market. In fact, I'm looking at some different currency pairs. I think I think gold and GBP USD. We'll take a look at those. And some of the like NZD, I think it was NZD USD or NZD CAD. We looked at it yesterday, and there was a huge price gap just after market open, and that gap has not been filled yet. So maybe we'll see that trade in our movement here as we go through the accounts. But this is looking really good. $3,572.89 closed overnight. Beautiful movement. That is if you were plugged in to my automated feed called the 10 pip hybrid. Feeling pretty good. For the week, it's done $11,889.05 on this account, and for the month, $30,305.38. So you will have bid more or less, probably less. Be conservative, because I'm going to tell you, other than the concept of the hedge, which I'm just going to constantly talk about moving forward, I'm also going to show you my Bitcoin investment calculator today. And each day we're going to look at a different scenario, because here's what I'm suggesting you do. I'm suggesting, especially in these market conditions, that you trade conservatively and amass Bitcoin weekly. I do have a Bitcoin pool that I've been allowing people to get in. That pool is me trading. I'm using my system, my algorithm, very conservatively. Very conservatively. If you've seen the account size and the small bid that I have, you'd be like, well, God, you could bid a lot more. All these trades are winning. What I don't want to do is get that one day, and we know what happens, that one day, those 2 days, randomly throughout the year, where the market goes crazy and you are over leveraged, overbid, and you end up taking a loss. What's interesting is I started my FX to Bitcoin, FX to BTC pool literally 2 days before the worst market conditions I personally have ever seen in my lifetime. If you guys remember that, I think it was because the Japanese yen was running really hard. They increased the interest rate, but we had, if you remember, a lot of pairs going crazy, but specifically AUD JPY went like so many trades. Anybody trading that pair could not handle it on their account, and people took a little bit of a hit there. I only took a little teeny tiny hit, really teeny tiny hit on my pool account because I was trading conservatively to begin with. It was just so funny. Like, it always seems like, I feel like I have good luck, right? But it seems like everything is, you know, like Murphy's Law, maybe, if you understand that, where, like I said, I turned the pool account on a day or 2 days before the worst market conditions ever. And I basically just kind of cut out of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not playing this, right? I'm not going to play this game. The point is, as that pool continues and gets profitable, and it is currently profitable, and I project a Bitcoin payout this week to the pool, to the people that are in the pool. It did take a little bit of a hit at first, but it's, like I said, Murphy's Law. And what I did was what I've done, and what you do with Forex is you trade conservatively, you get a little bit of profit, and you hold that profit. You go ahead and withdraw it, let's say on a weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever works for you. And you hold that Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you, I know someone in the group, I was doing some consulting with them a few days ago, and they had mentioned how much Bitcoin they have, and they had mentioned how much their accounts together are creating a week. And I'm going to show you what their account's going to be in 5 years what their Bitcoin holdings should be in 5 years, just projected based off of what it's been doing up to this point, right? For since what, 2012 or something like that, 2014, somewhere around there. So 10 years. The numbers are astronomical. But the point is, and I'm making this long-winded, is that I believe the goal is to trade Forex very conservatively, like we are doing. And I have several different conservative feeds that come from my main algorithm. So the first conservative feed would be the 10 pip hybrid. The other conservative feed, even more conservative, is called the one profitable pair feed. It just grabs one pair from my 22 currency pair algorithm and it trades it to profit. And we will take a look at what's going on with that account. So if you're new, that's what we do. We leverage the algorithm. You've got free signals. We're looking at the 10 pip hybrid. Let's go look at, let me go to the pause screen here. Let's go look at the next account. So the next one I want to look at is, let's actually go look at, I'm going to kind of separate. I had a test account that was trading the one profitable pair feed, which we're going to look at here, and gold scalper. I'm going to kind of separate those today in terms of looking at them. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull up the account, and I'm gonna actually pull up the actual account. Here it is, so you can see. I'm gonna share this with you. Normally I wouldn't show this, but this is the OPP feed, one profitable pair feed. This is the actual feed itself. It sends out base level trades at 0.01 lot size. In this particular case, right now we're in there you go, free trade. We're in an NZD USD sell trade. If I go to the history, you'll see that this NZD USD has closed overnight, and it closed at a net profit, made $4. It's scalable. You can make $4, $40, 400, 4,000, whatever you can scale it to, whatever your account can handle. But remember this right here. Remember $4. Okay? Now, let's take $4 of profit, because that's what this absolute, completely conservative, anybody's account can handle this. Okay. Let's take $4 times 5 days a week. Say you make $4 5 days a week. How much is that? It's $20, right? So remember $20 of, you could do your withdrawing, you withdraw from your account, you got $20 worth of Bitcoin. Right? And you hold it. And you make $20 every week. I will show you some really awesome numbers on the calculator in a little bit here, but don't forget that. So that's what's going on with the one profitable pair feed. I also know, let me go to the pause, that we are in a gold trade. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to go to the actual feed itself. So stand by, here it is. I'm going to pull this up. Just share this real briefly. So we're in a gold trade right now, and it's just kind of sitting there sideways. Let me pause one more time. Let me pull up a chart. I want to do this because I have to click something that would reveal too much, and I want to do that. So let's take a look at this. So this is gold on the 1 hour chart. Like it's just been crazy, huge downturn. Slowly coming up this morning, huge wick on the top, boom, pushes way down hard, pushes down hard again with a wick. They're really trying to take out the traders because they're like, you know what? Everybody thinks it's going up. Nope, we're going down. Now it's coming back up, right? Typically, what's interesting about most of my algorithms, I'm going to kind of reveal a little bit to you here, right? I like it when, and my algorithm likes it, when a currency pair does this. Just an absolute drop through the floor, because look what my system did. It took a sell right there. Why? Because it's trading against the volume. We know that if it drops hard like this, there's typically a pullback, and depending on how much the pullback is, we get to scale into some trades and drag the take profit. In this particular case, the gold scalper does not show the take profit on the screen. But nonetheless, it loves this kind of stuff. But the market, even if I zoom out to, let's say, the 4-hour, just, you can't see it here, but huge wicks on both sides. Wicks everywhere. So that's just market manipulation and market indecision. So, gold can be a little scary, but in our particular case, it works pretty well. So let me go back to the pause here, and one last thing I want to show you real quick, or two last things. Let me pull up my account list and make sure I'm getting you the right account, because I have so many of them I have to look at the account numbers. Let's jump ahead. I'm going to jump way ahead here. So we're going to go look at one of my new algorithm tests, because I want you to see this. I'm not going to look at the overall system today. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm kind of rushing through this here. I don't want to rush through it too fast. Let me pull up an account. Here it is. Is this the one I wanted? Yes, it is. Let me go to the history tab, and then I'll share this with you. All right, so this is the overall algorithm today. This is what it has closed, and we're at a net profit. If you were bidding a 0.10, in this case, you made $328.28. Typically, I don't suggest, especially in these market conditions, trading my entire algorithm. However, as a subscriber to my system or a license holder, you get access to this, and this is the Premium Signals Monitor account. You get to see kind of what the overall market is doing. So some nice closures there, and let's go look at that algorithm. I really want to show you this here. So the account is 345. I'm going to pull it up here, and then I'll share it with you real quick. Here it is. So check this out. So this entire algorithm is designed mathematically to protect the account in crazy market movements. We're getting some crazy market movements on GBP USD. If I click this and go to the chart, you'll kind of see, like, this is the 4-hour chart, huge up, all the way down, huge wicks on all these candles. And here's what's interesting about the algorithm. Notice it's protecting and focusing on margin level percent up here, which is 3,400. Beautiful. Seems like it's in a lot of trades, right? Check out what it did overnight. And I designed it to do this. It is at a minus, it's 81 cent loss. So what was happening here? It's designed to do this. This isn't bad trading. This is the market moves so much. And what this thing does is when you turn it on, it just enters a buy, enters a sell, and manages the trade. The hell with trade entry. I'm going to tell you right now, after all my years, trade entry is absolutely freaking useless. All these trade entry, just enter the trade and management. And that's what this does. What this did, because there's so much market movement, is said, I'm going to close, if you look at all these trades, it said, I'm going to close losses and take profits, close losses and take profits, close losses and take profits, and it's basically out at break even. I mean, minus 81 cents. It's designed to do this. And in fact, I want it to do that in this market because the market's going freaking crazy. I want it to just get out, not favorable market conditions, because here's what's cool about it. You can trade and get yourself into bad market conditions, and then it's over for you. It blows your account. In this particular case, when we get bad market conditions, it just starts closing winners and losers and shooting for break even. Just get me out of the volume so I can survive another day. Now, if you look at this for the week, it's up $746.61. And I believe it's probably the same for the month. No, $1,584. And this is on like a $10,000 account. So 16% it's made so far. So you can't look at today and feel like, oh, this isn't working. No, it's working. In fact, I'm pretty impressed with this. It's just like, okay, crazy market conditions, let me get out and let me trade some losses, some drawdowns for some profits, and it gets out. But overall, you can see it's pretty profitable. So I like that. I like it. That's what I want. Now, let me share one thing with you, and then we will stop. Let me take you to my browser here. And let me turn that camera symbol off. There we go. So we're looking at the browser here, and let me actually close that down. There we go. So I have a client, and I was like, let's plug in your Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin do you have? They're like, I have $120,000. So this gives you an example. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. For some people, that might be a lot. Others, have that kind of money. So they did a lump sum investment of $120,000, and I said, what's your Forex account? They have a pretty large account. What's it making per week? Even at a conservative level, they said it's making about $200 a week. Okay, cool. Well, in 5 years, as you can see here, the total net worth of a $172,000 investment over 5 years is worth $14.1 million. Okay? Six basically figures after the first two here. So that's a million. 14.1 million in 5 years. This might be more or might be less than what you can do. But I'm going to use this one example because obviously there's infinite examples. We will use that one. Remember I said $20 a week? We'll go look at $20 a week we'll do. But watch this when I take it to 10 years. When I click off of this number, 14.1 million, is going to go up quite a bit. So if you just hold this $120,000 and you put $200 a week away for 10 years, which can completely be done with Forex, completely be done with my system, look what it goes to. 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion with a B. Okay? That's the power of compounding. Let's look at this one thing. Let's say you've got $100 worth of Bitcoin, and you're saving, what did I say, $20 a week. In 10 years, it's 13.9 million. Let's go back to 5 years. 5 years is $128,000. Might not seem a lot, but you only have $5,300 for a total investment over 5 years. So it's the power of compounding. Once I go to 8 years, let's go to 8 years, it goes to 2 million, 2.1 million. So if you want access to this, it's in the group. It's in the free Discord group. Go watch my video. I put a video together called the FX to BTC protocol. That's because the protocol is like that's what I'm doing. I'm holding every bit of money I can into Bitcoin, and even with small numbers like this, making $20 a week and only owning $100 in 8 years is $2.1 million. Anybody can do this. So trade conservatively, my friends. That's it. I'm going to stop for the day. It's Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, end of the week. I will talk to you then. I'll be in the group. However, quite busy today. So if you hit me up with something, you might not get an answer until later. Otherwise, I will see you in the group and see you tomorrow on the live session. Talk to you then.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.